First Corinthians chapter 3 verse 11 says, "For no one can lay any other foundation than what has been laid down. That foundation is Jesus Christ. If anyone builds on that foundation with gold, silver, costly stone, wood, hay, or straw, each one's work will become obvious, for the day will disclose it, because it will be revealed by fire. The fire will test the quality of each one's work." Okay, so I may open a can of worms with what I want to share today, but I'm believing in the end it'll be worth it. Let me ask you, when you share the gospel of Jesus Christ, what are you building with? Are you building with secondary issues like God wants to bless you or God wants to show you favor, sort of things like that? Or are you building with the central issue of the gospel? The central issue to the gospel of Jesus Christ is acceptance of his lordship. I always say, to make it practical, that Jesus is the boss, he's the jefe, he's the one in charge, he's calling the shots. The Bible calls us to die to ourselves. Jesus said, if you want to be my disciples, you have to die to yourself. It's why he told the parable of the different types of seeds. He said the seed that sprouted up quickly and got scorched by the sun is the one that had no root. It received the gospel with joy. Now, why would receiving the gospel with joy be a bad thing? Only if it didn't cost you something. Only if the flesh didn't have to die. If we're sharing the gospel that doesn't offend the flesh and the flesh is still able to live, my question to you is it the gospel of Jesus Christ? It's great to share those secondary issues. They make for great posts. But the central issue of the gospel of Jesus Christ is surrender to the lordship of Jesus. God wants to bless us. He wants to show us favor. But he also wants us to come into his family. And that can only happen through acceptance of Jesus' lordship and his blood sacrifice on the cross of Calvary.